Hello everyone and welcome back for week 7 of English 1510-A1232, the online at OCC asynchronous class. Week 7 here, we got a 12-week course obviously. Couple of things here with the overview. I left the commentary that was here from the other day. Posting the credit percentage. This class now, I got most of this up to speed. I got a lot of those posted. Got 7 or 8 more to go over the next 24 hours. And then there are still issues with posting and things like that. There's still things going on with the Turnitin system. They're supposed to be dealing with the remainder of those this week. I can't make any promises based off of the information I have right now, except to say that it's piecemeal at the moment. On the summary outline in rough draft for memoir, I was able to put audio on quite a few of them. Some of them have marks on those, not all of them. But as I said before, for the final draft on those, I will make sure there's commentary on there that addresses every one of the issues that I think would be needed to be addressed. That will be within the next week or so on those, and then once they are all back to students, everyone will have at least 2 weeks to do a revision on that for the final draft, do the rewrite on that. So a couple of things to note here. Make sure you reviewed this content here and listen to that one, little audio that's down here. I had that up a couple days ago. In the course schedule down beneath it, I left up the posting from before about grades, feedback, intermittent connected issues. They put those up continuing on D2L. I don't know how much students have seen. There have been things with your guys' access and our access. Now for week 6, just as the other weeks, I put the overview video here. We're now coming into week 7. So no new readings this week, but you do have the discussion board that's now opening up 8 p.m. on Monday. This week, there is not the draft due that's into the Dropbox, but you are putting one into the discussion board so that by the 20th, now listen, everyone should do this as soon as possible on the rough draft so that you can both post and review a classmate's. I did not differentiate between the dates on there. I left it open to the 20th on its own. Just remember, everyone needs to both post and review by that date. I'm not going to be making exceptions if someone contacts me and says, hey, I didn't get to it to the last day, so I didn't have time to also review someone's. That will be on you. I'm leaving it open for that entire time up through now to the 20th. So that's plenty of window to both post your draft in there. I would say try posting by the end of this week and then reviewing your classmates by the 20th at the latest, so that on the rough submission draft date, everyone has that content already. Week 8 will be the same, but week 8 is when the rough draft will be due. That's up here in the upcoming submission files. You should see in your upcoming events rhetorical analysis due on the 9th. The peer review rhetorical analysis, the discussion board here is open, so everybody should be able to read this, open up the file here and read through the instructions, post your submission, and then also review a classmate's. Again, no later than 11:30 on the 20th. If you do not review a classmate's, you do not get the additional points, guys. And this only works if you do review. This class is not to put too fine a point on it, but it is one of the worst performing ones I've had in quite a while. I have other online 1510 sections right now, and this one, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just a collection of students, very few students are I have just over half the class submitting the right content on a regular basis, while in all my other classes I have somewhere in the area of 90% or more of students. One of them has 24 out of 24 students submitting. So this peer review engagement in this class has been very poor. Some of you are posting your things in there and doing it on time, but very few students are actually contributing and reviewing a classmate's. It doesn't work without doing those, folks. And there are many students in here that have a lot of sentence level issues, and you self-placed into Comp 1. If you are not an online student, you should consider taking a course that's face-to-face, and if you need assistance at the sentence level like that, you really should be reviewing those things with the ASC under student services and contacting for tutoring. I only have 3 students in this class so far who've used the tutoring. And in this class, I had 15 out of 25 students in this class that I recommended with YTR 2 or 3, meaning I recommended tutoring all term more or less for that many students in this section. I only have 3 that are doing the tutoring. But for this submission on week 7, again, there's no posting, there's no rough draft due this week. It's due the following week and then the final. Now, I do have that discussion board open. The diagnostic rewrite is coming up on the 19th, and you also have this opening up for the summary and working thesis on research. Just keep an eye on that, because this is where things will start to overlap at the end of one assignment and beginning of the next. You will have the rhetorical analysis final draft due on the 27th. And at that time, you will already have this summary and working thesis and the research, the summary with working thesis due, meaning you'll have to have picked a research topic and also get into the outline and abstract and the work cited for that opening portion there. And note that on week 8, coming up next week, you're also going to have some videos you have to view, and you will be responsible for then also looking up and reviewing and reading your full text available peer-reviewed sources after this week. With those, there's going to be a need for everyone to not only review those, but you're going to have to make a works cited page that you're going to have to be giving me for citations for those. All right. So this week, it's not a lot that's new. You got the discussion board portion that you guys are responsible for this week, so that a classmate you can post that up and a classmate can review. You got your rough draft that'll be the actual writing assignment that's due the following week, and getting into research and analysis. At that time, the last 4 weeks of the section will open up, and it'll be posted to the end of the term, and you can see that's going to be primarily focused on just your research. There will be a Dropbox that also opens up for memoir rewrites. I want to remind everyone, communications in this class, excuse me, I just finished with 7 or 8 of these messages. Looks like someone just put another one in. Instant messaging only, please. Remember, if you send email, I'm not responding to that. The communication policy for the course is instant messaging. I have students, again, in this class. It's very odd that so many of the students in here simply don't seem to be following along with instructions. With the rhetorical analysis, make sure that you're actually reading the instructions on these. With the summary and outline, I've gone through a few. So far, I've looked at 6 or 7 on there, and I have 2 of them that appear that the students both did the reading out of the textbook and actually watched the video and read the instructions in the Dropbox. The other ones are pretty far off. These are supposed to be your guys' reviewing of a YouTube ad that you found, making sure that when you submitted this, you actually filled out the summary outline template and submitted that back to me. And it has to be a shorter YouTube video that I can actually find the link to, primarily from the primary source. And you were focused on logos, ethos, and pathos as rhetorical concepts, not devices. If you're doing this incorrectly, you simply didn't follow the instructions. You didn't do the reading out of the textbook or watch the videos, folks. This is a very detailed assignment, and the instructions are very clear. There's ample instruction and ample examples all throughout this. There's no excuse for not having this one correct. Okay? If you have questions, let me know up here under the instant messaging. I look forward to seeing the rest of the work, and watch for the feedback files posting up this week.